Cocktails. I'm your host, Derek Schomer. I've got with me Curtis, who is the master of alcohols.
Universe? I don't know.
Yeah, master of the... He's like He-Man, but usually with scotches and distilling and all things about alcohol, really.
I can live with that.
You, at the end of the day, you know more than me.
So, No. We're equal.
I splash knowledge that I may not actually...
Maybe I spend more time on Wikipedia.
I try to spend as much time on Wikipedia, and then after that, I go to some place that tells me the truth.
Sorry, Wikipedia. Sorry. Don't sue us.
I start there, and then when I get direction, I click on the little 1s and 2s to figure out what the sourced article was, and then take it from there. Or I just lie. Or I Google it. Yeah. Tons of people ask me questions, I Google, and then I give them the answer, so I look like a brilliant guy.
Smart is fun.
Derek Schomer, powered by Google. So today we're doing the Flanders Cocktail submitted by you again, right?
Yeah, this is another one of us.
And this is 1.5 ounces of Canadian whiskey. I'm using 40 Creek. Now, I don't remember using this in a cocktail yet on the show. I could be completely wrong. If somebody could correct me, that's great. But there's already some missing. I don't know where it went.
Oh, so strange.
It's weird. Maybe I have used it, but there you go. I like 40 Creek, and because of that, I think it would be worth using, especially in a drink that's mainly Canadian whiskey based.
Yeah.
Sweet Vermouth again. Day number 2.
Would you refer to this as kind of like the anti-martini?
Because it's got Canadian whiskey and it's got vermouth?
Yeah. But I mean, you have the martini
we hate Canada?
Well, I always use gin, but it's the gin and the not dry, it's the sweet. So
no, this is sweet.
So I would say, so then it's the dry.
It's a reverse.
So yeah, this is like the anti-martini.
It's like the white hole to the black hole.
Yeah.
Because if you go in a black hole, you get to come out someplace.
Mm-hmm.
In theory. I don't know.
I guess so.
That's true. I'm reading Hitchhiker's Guide to the... Actually, it was Stephen Hawking that was discovering that. But, so, this drink, personally, I'm going to say I don't like it.
Even before tasting it?
Yeah. But I like to go that route because this is not a drink that I would personally ever go look at it in a recipe book and go, oh yeah, I'll make that. That sounds interesting. Yeah. But what I do like is that since I've never had it, I have no idea what it's going to be. So if I baseline it on my expectations being where I think they would be just based on my... That's
a terrible place to be. You're like, I hate this, but it'll make me like it because of that.
Yeah. And now, look, if there's a drink and it's got... Here's how I roll. If it's a drink that has like orange juice, pineapple juice... what's that other thing? Pomegranates. What are those little purple fruit? Passion fruit.
Yeah.
Passion fruit, rum. When you throw that in there, I go, I'm gonna like that drink because it's my style of drink. It's like fruit bombardment. I love fruit flavors. I like when they all like roll around in your mouth like a roller coaster. This is much more strict to the style, and it always scares me. Just like the first time I get on a wooden roller coaster, I'm always afraid. I'm like, I don't know, it's made of wood. I don't know. So. But I do like this. I like this from the last episode. So there's really no good reason for me not to like it. I just want to set the bar low and exceed. That's how I get through school.
It's going to work.
Right? And then I've also got some Luxardo cherries so we can garnish it. I'm going to use 3. I was going to use 2 because it was easier to get on a little stick. But I don't want to cause any harm by only having 2 instead of either 1 or 3.
Okay.
Have 2.
Do we even... Do you say what the name of this one?
The Flanders. Yeah. I think so. I think I said it twice.
Ned. Okay.
So... Now, did you invent this cocktail, or is this a cocktail?
No, this was out of the classic book.
It is? Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to do... Oh, is this shaken? I don't know. It's stirred, right?
And I think the original recipe called for Canadian Club. I think this was another one of those pre-Prohibition ones. Usually, if you see vermouth in anything, there's some hint towards pre-Prohibition cocktail.
Now, why is this shake or strain? Or shake, strain?
Well, technically speaking, because it's alcohol on alcohol, it should just be stirred.
Technically.
Yep.
So do I need to shake it?
Let's do it the right way. And
what is the right way? Shake?
No, stir.
Oh, so we are going to stir. Okay. Yep. I think it stirs over there. Because I was looking at it going...
This is how you should work with your Boston shaker. If there is a fruit component, an egg component, or a milk component, shake. And if it's alcohol on alcohol, just...
Because if you don't trust that... Go make a cocktail with egg and don't shake it. And you'll have an egg floating on the top of your cocktail.
Yeah.
It will look disgusting. So, that's one good lesson. Harder to do with fruit because fruit doesn't necessarily float.
Yeah.
But I do get that question a lot. So, okay, while I'm making this, how about you explain to me what are some of the... Look at that mess I made. What are some of the differences... Okay, what is Canadian versus, say, a bourbon? Why would I go with a Canadian over bourbon?
Okay, so let's go over the base ones that everybody knows. Bourbons.
Yes.
51% corn, has to be made in America, and has to use brand new wood, brand new charred oak barrels. Okay? Scotch has to be made in Scotland, 100% malted barley, and can use oak that has already been used before. It doesn't have to use new oak. They use recycle. Canadian whiskey has pretty much no limit to what it can do. They can do whatever they want.
There's no laws?
There's laws, but it's very, like, there's points in Canadian whiskey where it'll say that it's a rye on the bottle, and there's absolutely no rye in the
How
bottle.
can that possibly happen?
So it's Canadian whiskey. You gotta love it.
Maybe in French, Canadian, rye actually means corn. Have you ever thought of that?
I think that it's because the mental image of Canadian whiskey is the rye component of it, and
so you want to lie outright.
I don't. A lot of producers aren't really as much lying as they're just not being truthful.
Which to me is completely different.
Yeah, I mean, you have to really look at the fact that, to me, Canadian whiskeys are kind of the mutt of the whiskey market. But that's the thing is that they have all these different elements that they're pulling together. So if you like bourbons and you like scotches, then Canadian whiskeys are kind of like a really cool in between both of those. You get the rye component.
Okay, then what about what the heck is floating in my drink? I don't know. Looks like a little.
I don't know.
Leaf.
Did that come out of the lily?
Yeah, it might have.
Whatever.
Oh well, we don't have to drink that part. Then.
Are we taking photos of any of these?
I usually do. The last one I didn't because there wasn't a lot left, but whatever.
Oh.
Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Since it's my job, since Jennifer's not here, sometimes I get lazy. So then, an Irish.
Irish whiskey is traditionally 3 times distilled, and the use of barley is split between malted and unmalted barley, but it's still 100% barley.
Okay. Missing one. No. We did Scotch already.
Japanese?
There's a Japanese too, right?
Yep.
What is that called?
Japanese is... No, just Japanese whiskey. Like brands?
Oh, no. Just like... we have bourbon.
It is that Japanese whiskey is that segment. But it's more closely related to Scotch than anything else.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Japanese whiskey's amazing, by the way. If you get a chance to buy a bottle of Hibiki, Nikka, or any of the other Japanese whiskeys, it's totally worth it. It's so awesome.
What do you think? Tastes like port wine.
Yeah, it's dry.
Yep.
But you get that with vermouth. But the Canadian side of it, it's not so dry that I'm like, oh, I couldn't take a second sip. It's kind of like refreshing but dry.
A little fruity in the dry.
Yeah.
And I mean, again, I don't know. It's a drink. I could drink that, and like I could order that. I just don't know if I would. Like I could see.
It's fancy.
It is. I mean, the thing that really makes it cool is just the color. It's not clear.
No.
Right, so it's not.
But
like,
it is.
It doesn't have onions. That's all.
For as much as it's the anti-martini, I think they're actually pretty closely similar. I would say that drinking a good gin martini and this are almost identical.
I think I'd like this better.
Than a gin martini?
Yeah, because I think I like this better than gin. I don't really know if that's true. Because it depends. There's some really good gins.
Yeah.
So that's where you can have. I would rather have this than a bad gin martini. And the problem is
Hendrix.
Any place you go, you can get if you get a martini, a gin martini. It could be completely different every single place you go.
Yeah, but as long as they're using Hendrix, it's going to be a good martini.
So that's your martini to go with Hendrix?
It's one of ours too. That is the disclaimer. I'm always going to push my brands.
I have Hendrix. I got it at Tales of Cocktail. They had a bunch of stuff to give away.
It's so good.
And so I've got Hendrix. Mark Miller's good. I really like Green Hook Gin Smiths. I like that coriander flower thing that's going on. But I don't. In a drink like this, I think it could get weird.
Have you tried Botanical yet?
Botanical.
Yeah, it's like a square bottle.
Company? No.
It is made by Bunnahabhain, which is on Islay. So it's like an Islay manufacturer making a gin.
Oh, that just goes against all the rules.
It's so awesome.
And like G-Vine has that botanical like craziness.
You know that Hendrix is Scottish made too. It's made in pot stills in Scotland.
It sounds Scottish, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Or something in that.
Most of the things that we cover in our portfolio are like Scottish, except for.
That's a little biased.
We love the Scots.
All right.
Yeah, I'll stop drinking so we can take photos.
But it is fancy.
It's fancy.
I'll bring it back and then you can drink it.
Yeah.
So that, my friends, is the Flanders. If you're looking, and we have a lot of like new, I want to say newer fans, but like within the last year that have been on a classic cocktail thing. Or because we've been introducing classic cocktails a lot more, people have been watching the show and they've been getting into cocktails, and now they're interested.
You know what I would have done? Just me, outside of the recipe, I would have put orange bitters in that, or some type of bitters.
That would be good. Orange bitters would be. I wonder why there aren't orange bitters. Yeah, because you think those orange bitters would just add a little bit. I mean, regular bitters I think might get lost because this stuff is kind of got a potency.
But bitters is a wonderful way of moving things that won't move together.
Yeah, or just throw a whole thing in bitters. No, but I like the citrus. I like citrus bitters better.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like citrus in general. Like I like anything that smells like you just zested the cocktail.
Did you? One of the bitters that I brought you up tonight was orange bitters. It's my favorite orange bitters. It's the next one.
This one?
It is amazing orange bitters.
Reagan's?
Yep.
Orange bitters number 6. Was there an orange bitters number 5?
I don't know.
Whoa. It's kind of sweet smelling, actually.
Yeah, that's an amazing orange bitters. You can get that on Amazon.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
If you can get this on Amazon, that means I can link it in my video.
Linked.
And get like 10 cents if somebody buys one. That's... Dude. It tastes like Fruit Loops.
No. Really? That's what you pick up on?
Uh-huh. That's Fruit Loops.
It's totally Fruit Loops. It's totally Fruit Loops.
Yeah, I was like, wow. It tastes like Fruit Loop.
Yeah.
You pour all that in, you can have a very bitter Fruit Loop.
Dude, can you imagine that in something like Milky?
Yeah, it would
You're
be Fruit Loops. It would be like
Fruit
you're
Loops.
eating cereal, but it's probably got alcohol.
I love bitters.
45% ABV Fruit Loops. Right here. I don't suggest doing that, but that was my first thought. But yeah. Fruit Loops. Fruit Loops in here would kick ass.
It would be awesome.
I know. This would be so much better with some Fruit Loops. And then you could Fruit Loop.
Can you imagine if you why are people not garnishing with like candies and like other cool things like that?
Fruit Loops would float.
If I walked into a bar and they garnished with Fruit Loops, I would lose it.
I would have to have all my friends go there to try it.
It would be amazing.
It would be It would
Bartenders,
be shocking.
Garnish with cool things, please.
Dude, and you might want to also pair it. If you just throw Fruit Loops there to just be like, hey, look, there's Fruit Loops there. You got to give some Fruit Loop flavor appeal to it.
Yep.
Maybe put it in a Fruit Loop glass. A bowl. Brought it in a bowl. All right. We're going to move on to the next show. That's the Flanders. Go classic style. EverydayDrinkers.com. Curtis. We got Scotch. We got Canadian Whisky. We got a lot more shows to do. So we're going to teach you how to drink. Keep.